Hey guys, welcome to the It's Just Wrestling YouTube channel. My name is Justin, and today I'm here to talk about the post Royal Rumble episode of Monday Night Raw. But before we get into that, I put up an earlier video of addressing rumors about Dean Ambrose not re-signing with WWE, and WWE has actually come out and confirmed those rumors. So I guess we should take it as Dean Ambrose won't be with the company come April, but it did raise speculation to ask if this is a possible work because I've never seen WWE come out, especially so early, and confirm somebody not re-signing with them. So it is a little weird that they did that. If it is a work, let's hope it leads to somewhere decent. If it is legit, then I think WWE has a really big loss in Dean Ambrose leaving because the free agency pool for wrestling is as big as it is. It's bigger than ever. You have AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. They're all hot right now. They're all trying to get the best talent out there. So it should be interesting. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So let's get into the actual review of Raw. It starts off with Seth Rollins coming out and cutting a babyface promo. He explains that he always wanted to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania, and now he has a difficult choice in choosing who he wants to face. It's either Daniel Bryan or Brock Lesnar. The crowd popped for Brock Lesnar and started to take his belt chant, which at this point Triple H comes out to a huge pop and some NXT chants. He bigs up Seth Rollins as the babyface, saying that this is the Seth that needed to show up, that you proved yourself, that you're the number one guy out of 29 other people. But he also says that you have to the end of the day to make your decision, which at this point the crowds chant slay the beast, which is really cool. The crowd were just really, really hot for this episode of Raw. There's a later segment that just blew the roof off the place, and we'll get to that one later. At this point, Dean Ambrose comes out and calls out Triple H and Seth Rollins' relationship, calling Seth a sellout, that when they were in the indies together, making minimal amount of money, that people like Triple H were keeping them away from WWE, but they always said they were going to make it. At that point, Triple H calls Dean out, trying to play the brother card when Dean Ambrose turned their back on the same day that Roman Reigns announced he was battling leukemia, which at this point Dean asks Triple H to make a match between himself and Seth Rollins right there, right now, but Triple H just walks away. At that point, prompting Dean Ambrose to follow and say right in front of Triple H's face, "Do you need to ask your father-in-law for permission?" Which got the crowd to chant, "Yes, he does," which was really funny, which got Triple H a bit heated, so he asked for a ref to come down. We now have a match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. So the match, it was a little fun match. It was very like a house show match. Starts off with a little quick back and forth. Seth gained the upper hand early. The match ends up outside after Dean goes to the outside for a breather. Seth then sends him into the barricade, at least to a nice little clothesline spot where Seth jumps off the barricade, hitting Dean. Dean then it spills back inside the ring, and Seth goes for a springboard move where Dean counters and gains the upper hand for a while. At this point, there's a really cool moments. Where there's a high crossbody from Seth. There was like 3 suicide dives from Seth to Dean Ambrose. The ending came with, I like the ending a lot because it was a series of moves by Seth onto Dean. It started off with the ripcord knee, leading into the buckle bomb. The buckle bomb led into a super kick combo, and then the super kick combo led into the curb stomp, which was really cool. Seth wins. It was a fun little match. It got the crowd hot early. It was really cool. Needed to what to do. If I had to give it a grade, be an A minus. I enjoyed it. The promo work in the beginning, everything fit. It was really nice. It was a really nice line by Dean. It's probably one of the best promos he's had since becoming a heel. At this point, we'll go to commercial break. Come back, and it's the tag team qualifying match for the women's tag team titles at Elimination Chamber. It was the team of Nia Jax and Tamina versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. I won't spend too much time on this match because it was very sloppy. There was not much chemistry going on between them. One thing I will note is that you can tell Alexa Bliss has been working on her craft a bit more. She did like this little technical kip up after. It was really cool. I can't really explain it, but if you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about. The ending came when there was a double Samoan drop by Nia Jax, so she had Mickie James on her shoulder and Alexa Bliss and did a double one. So Nia and Tamina pick up the win, qualifying for the Elimination Tag Team Chamber match. And yeah, for that, I mean, there's not. I don't want to really give this one a grade. It was nothing too much to do, but if I have to, a C minus, I guess. Next match is Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle. Um, I guess they played this off as Kurt Angle just trying to get another run in WWE. But the match was okay. It was decent action. It starts with Corbin sarcastically talking about Angle's run. Now he wants one more run, but he should just stop. It was a little back and forth. It ended abruptly really weird where Corbin hits a deep six for the win. He didn't even hit the end of days. He actually hit the end of days after the match was over. I don't know if they're using Angle to put over young talent, but I mean, if that's the case, I mean, Baron Corbin's been like in high profile storylines for the past like few months, so it was really weird. This one gets a C minus as well. Nothing really too major at all. There's another commercial break, and we come back to Finn Balor coming out to cut a babyface promo. Explains that he's never faced anybody like Brock Lesnar who is his size and has the power and speed combined. But he did say that he showed Brock Lesnar who Finn Balor was because he almost had him at this point. He's interrupted by Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush, and Lio Rush cuts a nice little promo saying that he can't believe somebody like Finn Balor got to face Brock Lesnar and that Bobby Lashley is the better athlete than Brock Lesnar. At this point, Lashley attacks Balor. And really like just manhandle him. Finn was selling his injuries from the fight with Brock, so it just made Bobby look strong. So it looks like we're gonna get a feud in that leading into an Intercontinental title match. So hopefully, at least Balor getting that belt. One note I made is that the pairing of Lio Rush and Lashley has been genius. Lio Rush is gold on the mic, and he's just been entertaining since. The next match we got was a tag team match between Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins versus The Revival. The Revival apparently got like a jobber entrance. It came back from commercial break, and they were already in the ring with their entrance music playing. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins got a full-fledged like entrance, and they actually showed a little bit of history as a tag team, as the Major Bros and Edgeheads back in the day, which was really cool. It was a quick match but competitive. The Rival hit some really cool spots. I know there's rumors going around that WWE wants to counter AEW and try to push more tag team wrestling to the forefront, but we'll see. It's still up in the air if the Revival are going to be granted their release or not, so we'll see where this leaves. But it was a fun little match. Solid match, competitive, but nothing major, so I'm just going to chalk it up to a C+. The next bit we have is Elias in the ring about to do his whole shtick. Apparently he's a heel again, so that's a thing. But he's still so over with the crowd. There was a "We're Not Worthy" chant, which was really funny. Elias gets interrupted by first he gets interrupted by Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Jarrett gets a huge pop, and then Elias is interrupted again by Road Dogg, and they do their shtick from the 90s when Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg were a tag team. And one note is that Road Dogg is still great on the mic. So they're doing their live performance of the song that they used to do back in the 90s. But it's quickly stopped by Elias when he hits both of them. Where he hits Road Dogg first with the guitar, and then Jeff Jarrett comes in to try to make the save. Jeff Jarrett has a little bit of action before he's taken out by Elias. Elias counters and then hits Jeff Jarrett with a guitar as well. So that was a fun little moment. We go into another qualifying tag team match for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the women's tag team champions, and this one was the Riot Squad facing off against Natalia and Dana Brooke. It's a weird pairing. I'm kind of glad the Riot Squad win this match. Obviously, it was a quick match, nothing spectacular. I'm not even gonna spend time on it. The ending came when Sarah Logan threw Dana into Natalia while she had Liv Morgan in the sharpshooter. So Liv was about to tap, but that little distraction and caused Natalia to break the sharpshooter, allowing Liv to roll her up to get the 1-2-3. So yeah, the Riot Squad go ahead and they qualify for the Elimination Chamber match. I'm hoping to see better from the Riot Squad. I think they're one of the few women's tag team that actually have really good chemistry together besides Bayley and Sasha, and the Iconics. So let's see where that goes. I'm actually I think if WWE gives them a chance, they could really do something special, especially Ruby Riott. I like Ruby Riott a lot, and Liv Morgan has tremendously gotten better. So this is the moment where the crowd really came alive and kind of hijacked the show for a lot of people. Ronda came out to do a promo, and as immediate her music hit, she got rained down. She get rained down by boos. It was so loud, and it's unfortunate because the only reason why they're booing her is because they know that it's Becky won the Royal Rumble, and the most likely match is Becky versus Ronda, and so it's really undeserving the amount of boos that she's getting, but that's wrestling fans for you. The crowd chanting Becky, Becky, and you could tell that it really flustered Ronda because she could not remember her lines, and she addressed at one point that that wasn't a good promo. So it really flustered her, and it was a little embarrassing to see. Bayley came out really quickly, and you could tell that she wasn't supposed to come out at that time because she was also ad-libbing lines. Long story short, Bayley came out to address Ronda's open challenge, and we now have a Bayley versus Ronda match. This match I actually like this match. Bayley comes out. It's a little bit back and forth. What I did like about this match a lot, some of the highlights, is that there was a point in time where Ronda goes for a knee strike, and Bayley in midair catches her into a knee bar. So the story with this match was that Ronda at one point tweaked her knee in the match, and it became a target for Bayley. It was really cool. It was a physical match. It was nothing on the levels of what they did in the Royal Rumble between Sasha and Ronda or Asuka and Becky. But for a Raw episode, I actually liked this match. There was a nice little moment where Bayley locks in the bank statement, which is really cool. But Ronda was able to get to the ropes pretty quickly. The ending came where Bayley puts Ronda on the turnbuckle to go for a move. Ronda reverses it and catches her in the armbar, tapping out Bayley with the armbar for the win and retaining her women's title with the belt. And now at this point, they show a little bit of respect to each other, and then Becky Lynch music hits, and wow, did the crowd pop. And this is Austin level pop that we're talking about. It drowned out a lot. That was she is so over. She's still selling the knee injury from when Nia Jax pushed her off the steps during the Rumble. She cuts a promo about how Ronda's supposed to be the baddest woman on the planet, but last time she was on Raw, she left Ronda laying on the canvas in the ring, and that Ronda never came looking for her, so Becky came looking for Ronda. At this point, they're face to face with each other, and the crowd is just going off. They're loving this. If there's anything that WWE needs to take note of, is the fact that this this should be the main event of WrestleMania. This is the hottest thing. This is the hottest angle that they have right now. There's nothing better than this on WWE TV right now. This this is it was amazing. Like I'm like it really after this right here, like it made me so hyped for WrestleMania, especially this match. Um, Ronda actually redeemed herself from the promo that she did earlier. She basically, realistically, spoke a lot of truth. That well, the line that she said was like, "I could. This is a fact. I could like 100% kill you, and the only thing stopping me is my decision not to." Which was a nice line. And there will at come WrestleMania, I'm gonna kick your ass, and it's gonna be a great match. I can't wait for this. Becky's just smiling, and it's just a really good. It was just a really great segment at this point. It's so it did what it needs to do. It sold the match. This is what it needs to be. It's that simple. So let's get into the next segment, which was Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. This was a battle of strength, which goes to Braun. He picks up the advantage after Drew picks up the advantage. Sorry, after Braun sends him to the outside, and Braun's going to charge him, except Drew counters and drop kicks his knee, causing Braun to roll into the barricade. It's a little bit back and forth action, decent amount of action, nothing major. But then Baron Corbin came out and attacked Braun Strowman, causing the DQ win for Braun, and both him and Drew McIntyre continue their onslaught on Braun, trying to mess him up, and they try to injure him again. Um, it was alright. I don't know where this is gonna lead to, to be honest. I guess I don't know if they plan on putting Drew over by beating Braun, but at this point, I think Drew just needs to be pushed into the main event scene, especially after WrestleMania. If they are, that's the plan, because Drew is fantastic. I don't really care too much about Braun, and I don't really care too much about Baron Corbin either. Not that Braun's bad. I'm over Braun, to be honest. The next segment is pretty much the closing segments of Raw. They were going to introduce Seth Rollins to announce his decision, but as they were announcing Seth Rollins' name, Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman came out. Pretty much the promo was that Paul was saying, "Hey, Seth, do the right thing. Choose Daniel Bryan. You don't want this match with Brock Lesnar. You don't want to do it." At this point, Seth Rollins came out and just attacked Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar quickly gained the upper hand and did like 5 F5s, leaving Seth lying there. But Seth was able to crawl back up to his feet, showing that I could take this punishment. So that's the match. We're getting Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I still think the highlight of Raw was the Becky Lynch and Ronda promo. It was just fantastic. It was the loudest that crowd got. But yeah, it was a solid episode of Raw. That Becky Lynch promo saved it a lot. And just the Royal Rumble winners just looked really strong, and that's what you want. You want your Royal Rumble winners to look strong, so that come WrestleMania, everybody's looking forward to the matches, and it did exactly that. So that's been my review of Raw. Overall, give it a B. But yeah, so let's see how SmackDown does tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting how they address that Charlotte situation, because the rumor is that Charlotte will be added into the match somehow. So it's gonna see. I'm hoping for some new feuds with Asuka as well. So I'm hoping we get Nikki Cross on SmackDown, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Again, my name is Justin. Been watching It's Just Wrestling YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, like, and thanks again for all the support, guys. I promise I'll try to get better production. Still new to this, so again, thank you for all the support. Bye, guys.